So in the instance of 5 minus negative 7, you basically want to treat it like 5 plus positive 7. And if you might be a little confused because when you see subtraction, you might think of something like, well, 15 minus 3, this equals 12, because you just count down 3 from 15. And similarly, if you have 7 minus 3, this equals 4, because you just count 3 steps down from 7. But in instances like this, in instances where you have 5 minus negative 7, these two negatives here, so this negative and this negative, they're actually going to create a plus sign, and then it's just going to become positive. So you wind up with 5 plus 7, and this is just going to give you positive 12. Similarly, if we had something like 3 minus negative 2, the minus sign and the negative sign here will combine. They will create 3 plus 2, and this will give us 5. Now, what if you had something like this? What if you had something like negative 4 minus 5? Well, when we subtract, normally we count steps down, but we have a negative number here. So try to imagine a number line, right? I'll draw one real quick. So this is where 0 would be, and then negative 4, let's imagine it's here, and we would count down from here, so we would actually go to the left, so we would go to negative 5, we go to negative 6, and then finally we would go to negative 7 and onwards. So we're counting down, and it's actually going to look like we're adding. So what we can do is we can kind of treat this like 4 plus 5, but we know that the answer is going to be negative, so we'll just put a negative down there, and we kind of just do maybe like 4 plus 5 on the side, and this gives us 9. But because we're working with a negative number and we're subtracting from it, we're going to wind up getting a lower negative number, which is going to seem higher. So the final answer is going to be negative 9. Similarly, if we had something like negative 8 minus 9, it's going to seem like these are going to be added, but we're actually counting down from the negative number, but it's going to seem like a greater value. So we kind of treat it like 8 plus 9. And 8 plus 9, this would give us 17. But because we have a negative number and we're subtracting from it, we're going to wind up with a lower negative number, but it might seem larger without the negative. And that number would be negative 17. Now, what about instances like this? What about instances where you have like 2 minus 3? We have something we're subtracting by that's actually greater than our original number. This means that it's going to become negative. So we already know that we're going to have a negative number as our answer, because the number we're subtracting by is actually greater than our original number. So what do we do about this? Well, we can kind of rewrite it, right? We can kind of write it like negative 3 plus 2. And if you had the number line here, so we would know 0 would fall kind of in the middle, and we had negative 3, and we were counting up because we're adding, so we'd be counting up 2 steps, and we get like negative 2, and finally negative 1. And negative 1 is actually going to be the final answer to this problem. Similarly, if we had 4 minus 6, we could treat this like negative 6 plus 4, and it would seem like we're subtracting even though we aren't really, and this would give us -2 as our final answer. I'm just going to give you a couple more examples. Let's say we had something like -3 minus a -4. Well, these two negatives will combine. It's going to create -3 plus 4. And this can be rewritten as 4 minus 3. And this is just going to give you 1. And similarly, if we had -7 minus -9, these two negatives can combine. They will create -7 plus 9. And this can be rewritten as 9 minus 7, and this gives you 2 as your final answer. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more tutorials related to mathematics. And if you're interested in online tutoring, check out the description of this video. You may find something helpful.